You think people randomly disrespect you? You think they just don't like you? No, they test you. And every time you react emotionally, you fail the test. Listen carefully, the world doesn't attack weakness. It hunts reactions. The moment you over-explain, over-defend, over-prove, you silently announce your insecurity. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody respects the person who is constantly trying to be respected. Stop right now and ask yourself, how many times did you explain yourself to someone who didn't even deserve access to your mind? That's not kindness. That's low internal authority. High-value individuals operate differently. They understand a psychological principle known as perceived status control, a concept behavioral dominance researchers have discussed in social hierarchy studies. The person who reacts less appears more powerful, not louder, not aggressive, just unmoved. Imagine this: two men in a room. One gets criticized and immediately defends himself. The other listens, pauses, slight eye contact, and changes the topic. Who feels more powerful? Exactly, because power is emotional regulation under pressure. Most people lose respect not because they are weak, but because they leak emotion. You don't need to win arguments. You need to win perception. And perception is shaped in micro-moments: your tone, your pause, your posture, your silence. Silence is not weakness. It is psychological tension. And tension creates authority. Here's where it gets deeper. People subconsciously test boundaries to measure your self-worth. Small jokes, delayed replies, subtle disrespect. If you tolerate micro-disrespect, you train others how to treat you. If you explode emotionally, you also lose. The elite move: calm boundary, short response, no emotional leakage. This is called non-reactive dominance. And it terrifies manipulators, because manipulators feed on reaction energy. When you stop reacting, you remove their fuel. Now imagine walking into a social setting knowing you don't need validation, that you don't need to impress, that you don't need approval. That shift alone changes your body language. You sit differently, you speak slower, you blink less, you pause longer, and suddenly people listen more. Why? Because humans mirror perceived certainty. If you look certain, others feel uncertain challenging you. But let's go deeper. Why do you react? Because somewhere inside, you fear being misunderstood. You fear rejection. You fear social exclusion. That's evolutionary wiring. But high-level self-mastery means overriding primitive fear with strategic control. When someone tries to provoke you, they are unconsciously asking, how stable is this person? Your reaction answers that question. If you get angry, unstable. If you over-explain, insecure. If you stay composed, dangerous. Dangerous doesn't mean violent. It means unpredictable in a controlled way. Controlled unpredictability creates intrigue. And intrigue creates respect. Now here's the paradox: the more you need respect, the less you get it. The less you chase validation, the more people validate you. This is reverse psychology of social value. Detachment increases perceived worth. Think about luxury brands. They don't beg customers. They limit access. You must apply the same principle psychologically. Not arrogance. Not coldness. Selective energy investment. Stop giving emotional access to everyone. Most people don't deserve full access to your personality. Another hard truth: kindness without boundaries becomes submission. And submission kills attraction, authority, and influence. You can be calm and firm at the same time. Practice this line in your mind: I don't respond. I decide. That's your new operating system. When insulted, pause. When ignored, observe. When tested, smile slightly. Smile confuses aggressors because it signals internal stability. And stability equals dominance. But don't misunderstand. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about mastering expression timing. Emotional timing is power. The person who reveals emotion strategically controls the room. Here's a practical exercise. For the next 7 days, reduce your verbal responses by 30%. Speak less. Observe more. Notice how people start filling silence. Notice who becomes uncomfortable. Notice who tries harder to impress you. That's hierarchy shift happening in real time. Another pattern interrupt. What if the disrespect you experience isn't about you at all? What if it's projection? Insecure people test others to measure themselves. If you react, they feel superior. If you remain calm, they feel exposed. Exposure makes weak egos uncomfortable. So they either respect you or avoid you. Both outcomes benefit you. Now let's address ego. Ego reacts. Confidence responds. Ego needs to win. Confidence needs to remain aligned. Ego shouts. Confidence lowers tone. Lower tone psychologically signals authority because it forces others to lean in. Try this next time. Slow your speech by 10%. Add micropauses before keywords. You'll feel unnatural at first. Good. Growth feels unnatural. Over time, this becomes your baseline presence. Another hidden truth. High-status individuals are comfortable being misunderstood temporarily. They don't rush to clarify. They let perception build slowly. Scarcity of explanation increases curiosity. Curiosity increases perceived depth. And perceived depth equals power. Stop explaining your vision to people who have no vision. Stop defending yourself against people who don't matter. Energy conservation is elite discipline. Your calm is your weapon. Your silence is your leverage. Your detachment is your filter. From today, adopt 3 rules. Don't chase, don't react, don't over-explain. Repeat that internally. Don't chase, don't react, don't over-explain. The moment you master these, social dynamics flip. You stop being tested because people sense boundaries before crossing them. Respect is not demanded. It is silently enforced through behavior patterns. Final truth, the world doesn't reward loud confidence. It rewards controlled presence. Become emotionally expensive. Make access to your reactions rare. And watch how quickly the energy around you shifts. Because when you stop being easy to move, you become impossible to ignore.